Our guest is making a record 4th appearance on the program, so we could probably do it without Kevin or I. But before we go any further, go ahead.
Beautiful.
Thanks. He's got a great name. I know that. He's got a great name.
Yeah.
Steve Urkel.
I wish I dressed like this, so I'm going to take some time.
Carlton.
You can rock it, man.
Banks,
you can rock it.
Yeah.
You can do it. This is Van, right? Come
We'll
on.
switch
Great
after the
fashion
show.
at Van. Exactly.
You got any club music you want to spring on me?
What do you mean?
We'll get to that. You know what I'm talking about.
Terrible first question.
Shots.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that.
All right.
We'll let it marinate for a little bit.
Listen, it was a tough loss tonight, but you have enough veteran savvy to put it behind you, so I want you just to look serious for a sec. Perfect. Right there is the death stare Vern Fiddler was trying to imitate last Sunday in Dallas, and it set your coach into gales of laughter. There's the death stare, or the imitation of it at least. I'm not sure how accurate it was. What did you think of it?
What a loser, eh? I thought you see about a couple seconds of it, but the thing is that the guy did it for like 20 seconds, and he was his teammates were changing for him, and he was still doing it, and everybody's looking at this guy like, what's the matter with him? So, I don't know what to say about this guy. There's something wrong with him.
There's an email from John at Oxford University, so this is an educated man we're talking about here.
Right.
What kind of laughing juice was Alain Vigneault drinking?
I don't know, but the French guys laugh at the easiest things. So you don't see Coach V laughing behind the bench too often, but he likes the toilet humor, I guess.
Are you concerned at all, Kevin, about a possible outbreak of players trying to do the Bieksa death stare the league over?
You know what? He's not the first guy to do it, unfortunately. There's a couple other Muppets around the league that have been trying to do it, and I'm sure he's not the last guy now after this. But honestly, I don't even know what the face is that I do apparently, but I see my son do it once in a while, and I think that's probably what they're talking about.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, flares the nostrils, and not as ugly as that, but he does it.
He doesn't have the eyes, man.
No,
he doesn't have the eyes like
this guy. He's an ugly guy to start with, and then he's doing that face on top of that.
Yeah, just making it worse for himself.
Yeah, absolutely. Not doing himself any favors.
All right, for as well as it's gone for the Vancouver Canucks this year, what was the mindset of the team heading into the trade deadline? Were you thinking that not much would happen?
I don't think we expected what happened for sure. Maybe a few minor additions here or there, maybe a couple veterans here or there, but took me by surprise. I know that, but I like the way our team looks going forward.
Speak a little bit about Cody and about Zach, what they bring to the table, because obviously fans have their own perception, but from you being one of the leaders inside the room, what do you see in each player?
Well, the thing with Cody is I think he came a long way. If we would have gave him to the Sabres, maybe last year, I don't know if it would have been the same. He came a long way this year, and speak about this, like we changed his whole wardrobe and everything. And
nice.
Oh, yeah.
It was embarrassing.
Are
you serious?
It was
Come on,
embarrassing at the beginning of the year.
No.
So all the way from his boxers to his shoes.
So you guys gave him a makeover.
Absolutely. So
Nice.
we're proud of the product now, and we're proud to send him off to Buffalo. Here you go.
Oh,
and
man.
Then coming
No
in,
disrespect to Buffalo, but are you suggesting he'll be the best dressed man in Buffalo?
He could be. On that I don't know the team that well, but the city, he'll be one of the best dressed walking around.
Does Zach Cassian need wardrobe lessons as well?
It's too early to tell. Yeah, I haven't seen his boxers yet, but it's too early to tell. But I know a good tough Ontario boy. Usually they know how to dress.
Here's a tweet from Josephine Chan. Ask Kevin why he loves milk hot dogs.
Yeah, that was one of those things where I sold out for $200.
That's it?
Oh, $200, $200 though, right?
Okay, we got to keep it. Yeah, we
I
got to
said,
keep it real.
What? Like you're asking the wrong guy here. I'll say anything on camera. You dangle $200 in front of me.
Who put you up to it?
Yeah.
Twins.
Okay.
Yeah. The Twins. I'm kind of their guy where they want to say something. The Twins they like the practical jokes and all that stuff, but they won't do it themselves. So they get guys like me to do it.
They pay. They make enough cake.
So you had to work the words milk hot dogs into an interview.
How easy is that?
Yeah. Well, I just did it for you.
Absolutely.
So. Are you getting another 200 for this?
No, it's
100 of which should be mine?
No. You're not getting anything.
Yeah. Okay. Zach Cassian has got skill, but the trade clearly is being interpreted by most people as giving up Cody Hodgson's skill for Zach Cassian's physicality. And to go one step beyond that, the suggestion has been if you had a player like Cassian playing the way the Canucks hope he will in the Stanley Cup final.
He gets a nice goal and assist, and he can play the game, and on top of that, he's a big, mean guy, and you can't have enough of those guys on your team.
Cal Clutterbuck was tied up with Dan Hamhuis, trying to get at Hamhuis. You're tied up with the official, and look at that.
Arm. What an arm.
Yeah, you gave it right to him. You threw the right
wow.
at him.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
played softball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I dabbled in a little bit here or there, but
sure.
Justin Morneau sent me a text after the game.
No, seriously?
Yeah. He's a buddy of mine,
Nice.
and he saw it. Obviously, he was in Minnesota. He sent me a text saying that was a nice fastball there. I said that was my slider. Hi, bud.
Hey, is that Cole? Hi, Cole.
Hey.
You okay?
How you doing?
Okay, it's okay. It's
What'd he
okay.
say?
Keeps taking his ball.
Somebody keeps taking his ball.
You know, this is
Fight for it.
Oh, see? Start him early.
right there. Cole's
Battle for it.
Yeah.
that presents us with the perfect segue into the next topic, because this is your first appearance on the show since the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, and our first opportunity to ask you about the biggest goal perhaps in your career, the double OT winner against San Jose, which ended the series, and very few people knew that you'd actually scored it. You did, and so did Cole.
Cole did, yeah. He was watching the game at home on the couch, and we obviously didn't bring him to the game, but after the goal, it was chaos there, and nobody knew what happened, and he saw it the whole way. So he said, that was my dad who scored. That was number 3.
So he's got hockey sense. You're pretty sure of
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, nobody else in the building knew. So that's pretty impressive that he knew. That's impressive.
Edler off the stanchion to you on the point. Could you make that work again if you tried?
Read it the whole way. It's yeah. I'm sure we could do it again if we tried.
No big deal.
It was a very nice bounce.
Just to underline how most people lost sight of the puck, we're going to listen here to Corey Schneider, who was mic'd for Canucks TV, and he had no idea what happened. Here it is.
Oh, that's great. A couple stinky gloves.
And
Nothing like the stinky gloves, too.
now I think Luongo here in a moment is going to explain to him what happened. This just reminds me of the fact that you have a degree in finance from Bowling Green, and Corey's got one from Boston College.
Boston College, BC guy.
I think you were honorable all-academic, and he's been on a couple of all-academic teams. Are you smarter than Corey?
I don't know. He's obviously a very smart guy. He gets those crosswords done pretty quickly. USA Today, if you want to use that as a measuring stick. But the college guys are definitely the smartest guys in this team.
Let's make a tough and, I guess, serious turn here. You're actively involved in mindcheck.ca, which is the Canucks' great online initiative to educate people about mental illness. And let's watch.
Someone who experienced depression. I know it isn't a choice. It's not a weakness, self-inflicted, or a result of not trying. Sometimes you just can't get over it. It won't just go away. Pretending it isn't happening doesn't help. Talking about it does. Getting support early can make the difference. Helping someone we care about is not a burden. I pledge to learn the signs. I will not judge. I will have compassion. I will reach out, listen, talk, help, and find help. My name is Kevin Bieksa. I will not stay silent. Add your voice at mindcheck.ca.
Well, clearly your heart is in that announcement because you were a very close friend of Rick Rippon, whose death was the impetus for the Canucks establishing the website to begin with. What's it mean to you to have Rick Rippon remembered in that way?
Oh, it means a lot. It's obviously it's a project very near and dear to my heart, and I had a big hand in it from the beginning, from the development of the website to obviously moving forward to the story on the website, and I'm very happy with the success of it so far. There's we got a lot of visits from people. There's a lot of awareness out there. I receive numerous tweets daily about how much the websites currently help people. So it's encouraging to see how much it's helping people in such a short time, and it's only going to get better.
Now, Rick, you were one of the first players, probably the first teammate that Rick confided in.
Yeah, I was. He didn't tell a lot of people about it. I think
this is when he took his first leave of absence, right, from the Canucks?
Yes, it was, and even before that. So one of the things we're trying to do is get more awareness out there and get people. Most of the time they're telling their friends anyways. Some people are keeping it to themselves. In Rick's case, he told me and Craig Heisinger, and we were able to move forward and go through the appropriate steps. But it was a struggle for him.
Your attempts to help Rick really knew no boundaries whatsoever. He lived with you and Katie for a while, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he lived with us, obviously, and you know, we did what we could for him, and that's what you do. That's what any friend does for another friend, and we helped him through a tough time, and he got better there for a while, and like I said, he was on the wrong end of that fight, though.
You know, the essential point here, Kevin, seems to be that there's no shame in mental illness. I guess the question is, how differently do you view mental illness now, knowing what you knew about Rick?
Yeah, well, I've obviously educated myself a lot more about it, and you know, there's that stigma out there that it's a weakness, and you know, much like cancer used to have that, and other diseases, AIDS. You know, now we're trying to move forward and alleviate that, and I think we're taking a major step forward.
Well, listen, you got the death stare, but if it was a choice between that and your sense of compassion, I'd say compassion wins out every time. So Kevin Bieksa is our guest on After Hours. More with the Canuck defenseman when we come back live to Rogers Arena in Vancouver. Back live at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. Kevin Bieksa of the Canucks is our guest. Who knew that he was such an aficionado of club music, a contemporary music buff? Let's go back to round 2 of last spring's Stanley Cup playoffs, Canucks versus Nashville, when you got the guy from Hockey Night in Canada totally unaware. What's the one thing more than anything else you need in the third if you're to close this out tonight?
Shots.
Okay, let you explain.
Yeah, it's self-explanatory. You know, it was funny that you had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah, Scotty.
What was
You're up
I?
on a lot of things, man.
Well, listen, Shots is the name of and the chorus of a club hit by LMFAO.
See?
And if you don't know what that stands for, look it up. But why in the name of double OT would you ever have thought I would have known what you were talking about?
No, I didn't think you'd know what I was talking about. I don't know why I said that. I obviously am way too comfortable in front of the microphone. But the funny thing is, the next time I saw him, he had done his research online, and he knew,
serious?
and he started spitting out some other lyrics to the song. Yeah, and it's a pretty provocative song.
It is.
To hear it coming out of his mouth was hilarious.
Well, the first line of the song is, when I walk in the club, all eyes on me. But, of course, the next line that I would sing would be, because I look like the liquor inspector.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. That's what you got to work with?
Listen, that interview went viral the next day. It was all over the Twitterverse, and it was online that you had gotten me. But anyway, thanks to you. I am now the hippest man on Hockey Night in Canada. So. Yeah. Thanks.
Clearly.
Thanks for your help. Here's a tweet from a guy named Marty Bieksa. You might have heard of him because he's actually your brother. Kev, what do you make of your inability to move up the Bieksa family golf rankings this past year? Too many shots.
Yeah, it's he's got too much time on his hands. Funny thing is, you know, I
There's
judge.
Marty.
Yeah, there's Marty. I judge the golf tournament in 5 categories. You know, golf, consumption, wrestling, not throwing your clubs into the woods and water, and not crashing the golf carts. So if you go by those 5 things, I'm the best in the family by far.
Okay, so your family, I'm guessing all of them at one time or another have been guilty of all of those things, or some of them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's been a couple cart crashes, a couple. Marty, the helicopter king.
Nice. Throw him under the bus right now.
Can't go,
give it to him.
Can't go 3 holes with tomahawking his driver into the woods. So he finishes around with 3 clubs in his bag.
So you're the best golfer in the family, based on that criteria.
Yeah, I combined everything the best, I think.
Are you finally on Twitter?
I am, yes.
He's been on there, Scotty.
Yeah, all season.
Tell him.
All right, well, I'm going to have to
It's a
follow
lost
you.
cause.
Tell him.
No,
Work with
listen,
him. Let him
look
know.
at me handling the tweets here. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a campaign here last year by our friends at Pass It to Boulis. It's one of the blogs that is widely read here about the Canucks. To get you on Twitter, they said, I think that their theme was Twitter needs juice, because this is the kind of quote that up to that point Twitter was missing. We've picked a few of yours. So this is a Ryan Kessler's clothing line. Proceeds go to a translator for Alexander Burrows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
That's a good one, though, eh?
That's so wrong, though.
The thing is, we're sitting around at the beginning of the year, and Kess was actually the first one to send a tweet saying, as soon as I get 10,000 followers, I would have my first tweet. I set up an account in the summer just for family and stuff like that, and then after that, I got to 10,000 pretty quickly, and then I started getting hate tweets from everybody saying, own up to your end of the bargain, and they started giving it to me, so I had to
Had to do it.
I had to go, yeah.
I had to do it at that point. How are you enjoying it? How are you liking the Twitterverse?
It's okay.
Yeah,
you know,
you're a witty cat, though. It should kind of play to you.
I pick my spots, though, right?
Yeah, you have to.
I'm a spot picker for sure. It's
Yeah.
not an everyday. And I said to you before, I don't go on after big win tonight, crowd was buzzing. I hate that kind of stuff. So I like to put a little more thought into it.
Yeah.
Here's another quote, and I don't know if you ever tweeted this, but actually this is about Alexander Burrows. He lightens up the room. Sometimes we laugh when he's not even trying to tell a joke. Now that's just cruel.
You know what?
That's tangy.
I don't know why we're picking on Burr here, but these aren't even tweets.
No, those are quotes.
Yeah, these are quotes. Yeah. So it's fine.
This was the campaign that was run by Pass It to Boulis to get you on Twitter.
Well, I don't succumb to peer pressure, so it wasn't this Boulis guy. It was Kess that got me. We traded Boulis, didn't we?
Yeah,
that's what it is. Is Jan Boulis?
Yeah, he's actually writing the blog. No, it's Harrison Mooney.
I knew it.
Do we have the one, Tim, about his post-game ritual?
Oh, man.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had said.
Scott was mentioning something about your
for it, but anyway, you had said.
What do I do?
I don't know. You got to fill
well,
us in.
your quote was.
Viewers want to know.
We're looking for it. That your post-game ritual was to go home, shave your chest, and go for a run along the seawall. You still doing that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No,
right
that
now.
was a quote. That's too bad we can't find it.
Too bad. Too bad.
So
All
that's
right.
you or Louis?
It's not Louis, that's
Okay.
for sure. He's
All
got
right.
a hairy chest. You probably know that.
Here's a tweet from Josie.
Oh,
Would
gosh.
you ever pose naked like Ryan Kessler did?
Probably not. No, probably. And I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's regretting it a little bit. Even though he won't admit, I'm sure he's regretting it a little bit.
You guys still chirping him
the
about
heat
it?
he took. Yeah, he got a little bit from everybody.
Yeah.
But sometimes you make tough decisions.
Exactly. Exactly. But
All right.
yes.
He learned from it.
Just to try to say this on hockey terms, when you get new players in the room, that's a tough room to come into because there's a lot of talent, a lot of skill. And
they're only the first place team in the National.
Yeah.
No big deal.
First overall in the NHL.
Right.
So when you get Cassian and Paulson as newcomers in the room, what do you do to make them feel welcome?
And Gragnani, don't forget him still.
Yeah, and Marc-Andre Gragnani.
Yeah, it's it's an easy room to come into. I think we have starting with the Twins, a lot of humble guys in this team and a lot of down-to-earth guys. So I don't think it's tough to come. I don't think it's intimidating to come in. You see the kids running around after games. It's a pretty easygoing team. And Sammy's been around a long time. He's a veteran, so I don't think it's hard for him. And then the new kids we've taken in pretty immediately. So I think it's been a good transition.
Last time you were on the show, I got nominated for Gemini. I'm not so sure about tonight.
Your fault, though.
Thank you very much. Thanks. All right.
Yeah.
Kevin Bieksa, our guest on After Hours, back to conclude the proceedings at Rogers Arena in a moment.